Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League. Tonight, it's the moment I've been dreading. I fear for my life. There's lizards to the left of me, lizards to the right. Tonight, it is the championship game here in the Spike Magazine Trophy, the second competition of the season. And tonight, it will be Lizard versus Lizard, Pip's Pippy Fan Club versus a Reptile Dysfunction, El Nubarino versus the reigning league champion, Nick Satan. Oh my goodness, lizards as far as the eye can see. And there you can see the bracket, the top four that went into this finals bracket. Tracksuit Mafia, Pip's Pippy Fan Club, Reptile Dysfunction, Play It by Nuffle. Pip's Pippy Fan Club beat out the first seed, the top seed, Tracksuit Mafia. That was Lizards versus Chaos to advance to the finals. A Reptile Dysfunction beat out Play It by Nuffle. That was Lizards versus Goblins to make it to the finals. Nick Satan already secured a spot in the Blood Bowl in the lower bracket. El Nubarino and PPFC have earned their spot in the Blood Bowl with their participation in the finals tonight in the lower bracket as well. Both teams want to win tonight to make that an upper bracket invitation into the Blood Bowl. We have one more open competition this season before then. But before then, we got to get through tonight. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look at these rosters. First up, the home team, PPFC, Pip's Pippy Fan Club, coached by El Nubarino. He's coming in with a roster of 13 players tonight, a massive 200,000 gold in the treasury, a TV of 1680. You can see he's coming in with all 6 Sarses and a whole bunch of skinks, 6 skinks in fact. He's got Bjorks the Crocs, 6 Sauruses, we'll talk about them in just a minute, but 5 of the 6 all have block. That is scary. And 6 skinks as well. He's got a lot of ball carrier skills on these skinks. He has 3 of them with sidestep, 1 has sure hands, 1 has block, 1 picked up an extra AG, bringing him up to an Elven AG of 4. 3 other skinks, 2 are level 1, 1 is level 2. Christina Aguilera, who refuses to die. She has a serious concussion. She's the lone sneaky git on this roster, but that concussion has brought her armor value down to 6. 0 cheerleaders, 3 team rerolls, 1 apothecary, 8 fan factor. Everybody loves PPFC. 0 coach assistants. Tonight, he will be up against a Reptile Dysfunction coached by Nick Satan. He's coming in with a TV of 1490, only 40k in the treasury, coming in with just an 11-man roster as opposed to 13. He too has a Crocs. This one leveled up to level 3, of course, has block and guard. 6 Sauruses because it just wouldn't be a Lizardman team without 6 Sauruses. He's got this terrifying David Attenborough, the number 4 Saurus, level 4. He picked up an extra strength, bringing him up to a strength of 5. He has the guard skill and the block skill as well. 3 players on this roster with a strength of 5. Krista the Saurus, the number 6 Saurus, has a strength of 5 as well. Delton, the number 7 Saurus, level 3, picked up block and mighty blow. Also a devastating combination. 4 skinks, all in healthy working order, 2 of which are sneaky gits. 1 has sure feet, which means he'll have an extra reroll on those GFIs. You're gonna need it. 1 cheerleader, 3 TRRs, 1 apothecary, 9 fan factor, 1 coach assistant. How do these 2 teams play each other tonight? First things first, you can see the massive TV difference between a Reptile Dysfunction and PPFC. 1680 versus 1490. PPFC is giving up 190k in petty cash in the inducement phase. 50k of that in his treasury is counting against him. He could dump that in his stadium if he wants to. He does have the home field advantage. If he wants to pick up a stadium upgrade, maybe he does that. He can shed 50k of that. It'll bring him down to 140 in petty cash. Either way, he's got a lot of money on this roster, and it doesn't look like it when you compare it to Nick Satan, but we'll talk about the strength of this roster in just a second. Over with the Reptile Dysfunction, I think he's going to play the way he's played all competition long. He's got the 2 Sarses with a strength of 5. He is going to try to throw those into PPFC's face. He wants to get those 2 die blocks. He wants to force PPFC to have to bring in players for the assist if he doesn't want to get blocked down. He's got Delton to come in here, perhaps on a blitz with block and mighty blow, to try to take some players out. And then of course the 2 sneaky gits, they'll be fouling all day long. Sneaky git means that if you foul and the foul fails to break armor, you don't get called off the pitch even if you roll doubles. It's a very strong skill to have, especially on a player who you intend to foul a lot with. The Strength 5 Sarses, everybody understands how terrifying that is. The Mighty Blow on Delton, everybody understands how terrifying that is. And Nick Satan's going to try to leverage that. Sneaky Get on 2 Skinks, everybody understands how terrifying that is. And Nick Satan's going to want to leverage that as well. So what does PPFC possibly do against this? Well, look at this. Look at how he's been spreading out his SPP. 5 of these 6 Sarses have the block skill. This suddenly means that he can go toe-to-toe with an opposing Sars. He can mark a Sars. Remember, Sarses only have an AG of 1. If you mark a Sars, they're not going anywhere unless it's on a blitz. He can feel free to mark with Toriamus, who has the block skill, against a level 1 Sars or a Sars that doesn't have the block skill coming back. And now he can take the 1-die block if he gets it on the follow-up turn. If not, he forces Nick Satan to either remain marked or bring in someone for the assist, or go for the 1-die block himself, unskilled. This is a great combination here with 5 Sarses, all with the block skill. That is terrifying for marking Sarses. He can very effectively lock down a Reptile Dysfunkshun's Sarses. Now, he does have to be careful of the Strength 5 Sarses, of course. There's 1 or 2 Reptile Dysfunction Sarses that have the block skill as well. And then, of course, there's 1 on each team that has Mighty Blow. That can be devastating. PPFC is only going to have 1 player with the Sneaky Get skill. That's Christina Aguilera, who has a dismal AV of 6. That's Halfling AV. That you don't stay on the pitch for very long with an AV of 6. But he does have 6 Skinks on the roster, and he has a lot of ball carrying skills. He has Shakira, the number 8 Skink. She has sure feet and sure hands and sidestep. Britney Spears, the number 9 Skink. She has sidestep and block. Avril Lavigne, the number 10 Skink. She has sidestep, and she picked up that extra AV, or AG rather. He has ball handling. Does that mean he's going to try to go on the offensive and score early? I don't know. I really don't know what the strategy is here, but the tactics that he has at his disposal here with these Sarses is immense. He can take field control with these Sarses. Now, Nick Satan, of course, is league champion. Nick Satan's going to know this. Nick Satan's going to try to prevent that, and that's where the chess match is going to come in tonight. It's not going to be with the Skinks. It's going to be with these Sarses. Both players are going to try to position their Sarses to their advantage to open up those holes to allow those Skinks to run down pitch. Nick Satan has 2 with Sneaky Get. He wants to get those fouls, but he needs to be careful of throwing them out there undefended. If he throws them out there undefended, you can bet that El Nubarino is going to hunt those Skinks down and try to take them off the pitch. If he can take all 4 of a Reptile Dysfunction Skinks... It is hideous. Thank you for the bits. If he can take all 4 of those Skinks off the pitch, a Reptile Dysfunction has nothing left. They can't carry the ball. Where PPFC has 6 Skinks. He's going to have some on the bench that he can bring in for a further drive. Now, of course, the elephant in the room is that 190K in petty cash. What does Nick Satan do with that 190K? He only has 40K in the bank. He also needs to be aware that PPFC has 200K in the bank. PPFC, sure, they're giving up 190K. But if they really want to win tonight, they could possibly dip into their treasury if they want to. I doubt they want to, but a Reptile Dysfunction is going to take 190K, 40K in the bank. Remember, this is not the end of the season. There's 1 more open competition, and then, of course, the Blood Bowl itself. So Nick Satan might not want to dip into his treasury either. With 190K in petty cash, I think he might pick up a Wizard tonight. A Wizard for 150K, not a bad pickup, especially against these against these teams like Lizard teams here, where the Skinks are the ball carriers. What they tend to do, you have high strength on the Sarses, you have the Skinks that tend to break free and run down the pitch. Thank you. Thank you for the bits. But Skinks tend to break downfield, and a Lightning Bolt can win you games against teams like this. A Lightning Bolt on a runaway Skink can get you back the ball. It can stop a score, and that can win a game. 1 fan factor difference tonight between a Reptile Dysfunction and PPFC. I don't think that's going to matter too much. In fact, I don't think Nick Satan cares too much. He does have a 9 A 6 keeps him safe on the fame, but even if he loses the fame tonight, he might not matter too much. He has one cheerleader and one coach assistant, where PPFC has neither. So even if he doesn't have the fame advantage, he might not care too much tonight. Oh boy, I hope both these teams murder each other. I'm here for some murder ball tonight. Jedi George 1 says we just started. All right, so the inducement phase is about to get underway. 190K going to a Reptile Dysfunkshun tonight here in the championship match of the Spike Magazine Trophy. This is the second competition in the season. There are 3 opens and 1 invitational in the season. We'll get this search going on Cabal TV. Clive says Murder Ball sounds fun. Murder Ball does sound fun. All right, I really wish, man, I say this every single match, I really wish we could see the inducement phase. I think it's a really fun part of the game. I think it's a strategic part of the game. Although, thanks to El Nubarino figuring out that the inducement phase in Blood Bowl 2 does not work does not work in the same way that the inducement phase in the LRB 6 works, and that's due to the 150K rule. We won't get into the details, but suffice it to say that in the right circumstances with a tied TV, certain teams can have an advantage in the inducement phase, which I don't like so much. All right, it looks like both coaches are in Discord, so they're in the inducement phase right now. Nick Satan has choices to make. El Nubarino might have choices to make too. Remember, he had 200K in the treasury. Even if he wants to give up that money in petty cash, he might be thinking, you know, maybe there's an inducement he wants to take. Maybe he wants to take a bribe. I doubt it. Maybe he wants to take a star player. I super doubt it. Maybe he wants to take a wizard. I still doubt it, but he could. He could. All right. Of course, he always has the option to dump some money into a stadium upgrade. Stadium upgrades do not count against your TV. He does have the home field advantage here tonight. All right, and it looks like PPFC is going to be on defense to start this game. PPFC doesn't have the fame advantage. Oh, Nick Satan got the fame advantage. +1 fame advantage. He picked up a babe and a bribe. All right, 1 babe, 1 bribe. So he's going to be trying to foul a whole bunch tonight. He does need to be careful of putting these skinks in harm's way. Even though they're going to be fouling, he doesn't want to give them up for the block. They only have an AV of 7. I didn't hear that alert. SP Beaver, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. 3-man defensive line here for PBFC. Clear skies. Crocs in the center position. 2 defensive tackles on either end here are the Sauruses. Level 3 and level 2. Level 3 on the left, level 2 on the right. SP Beaver asks what was picked up in inducements. 1 Bloodweiser babe and 1 bribe. All right, going with that shallow defense here for not for a Reptile. Man, it is hard to tell these two teams apart for PPFC. A Reptile Dysfunkshun on offense now. 3-man offensive line. They're going with the high strength on the left side of the line. Going with Mighty Blow over on the right. Two back to receive. Neither team with a kicker. SP Beaver asks, why get bribes when you can get spare skinks? All right, here's the kick. Spread line on offense. High kick. Reptile Dysfunkshun is going to get an opportunity here to pick up the ball without having to roll for it. on their turn. Gonna try to pick up the ball with Saurus the Skink. Failed to pick up, that's all right. Turn 1 to get this championship game underway. Two die block of the line, double skulls to start the game, has to spend the reroll and gets a push. Clypheus cheering for the defense, thank you for the bits. No reroll remaining this turn for a Reptile Dysfunkshun. Oh, failed the boneheaded roll. That is trouble for Reptile Dysfunkshun. Pickles, the Crocs here is boneheaded, has to roll a d6 before she moves or takes an action. Oh boy, both standing result. Nuffle not favoring a Reptile Dysfunkshun here on turn 1. Has to roll a d6 with the Crocs has to roll a d6. On a 1, they stare off into space, and they lose. Not only lose their action, they lose their tackle zones critically until they pass a boneheaded roll in a future turn. This is going to be great for El Nubarino to try to capitalize on here. A Reptile Dysfunkshun with the both standing result over on the right side of the line, only saved due to the block skill. He's going to cage up on his own 8-yard line. SP Beaver cheered for the offense. Thank you for the bits. And now, turn 1 back to PPFC. Reptile Dysfunkshun decided not to take the blitz, said, you know what? I am not pressing my luck. PPFC with an opportunity here to block down both of these Sauruses. First one over on the right side of the line gets a push. He's going to get another block here with the Crocs. A 2-die block against Krista. Sorry, a 1-die block against Krista. Probably doesn't want to make it a 1-die block. Wants to make it a 2-die block. Clypheus says, we really need a cheer. That's rooting for the ground. Clypheus says, do you lose guard if you're boneheaded? You do not. SP Beaver demands death. Well done. So you can see Pickles here. This Clypheus was referring to Pickles. Pickles marked by this Saurus here. PPFC brought in the assist over here to get the 2-die block on the Saurus on the line. Here's the blitz against Friltz of Slatzul. Was looking for an 8+, only got a 6 on that roll, but now he's applying pressure to the ball carrier. Clypheus says, foul that skink. Oh, I'm sorry. You do lose guard. You don't get to lend assists of any sort when you're boneheaded. PPFC moving forward here with Shirley Manson. Trying to mark the Saurus over on the left side here. Going for the foul on Friltz. Doesn't get anything out of the foul. Christina Aguilera with an AV of 6. Oh boy, we'll see if she stays alive. Sends the skink back into the safety position. 2 skinks back. Those are the high dollar skinks. And moves a Saurus over in the left, I'm sorry, in the right wide zone. Turn 2 now for a Reptile Dysfunkshun. Clypheus says, boo. We'll see if a Reptile Dysfunkshun wants to go after this foul on, this foul on Christina Aguilera. I have to imagine he does. Takes the 1-die block over on the right side of the line, gets the knockdown. Moves the number 8 Sars. Pancakes down pitch. Good mark on Lisa Loeb. You can see he's marked Lisa Loeb on either side. That means no matter where she goes, she's got 2 dodges to make. Good stunty dodge by the ball carrier. Crosses the line of scrimmage and is now on PPFC's 6-yard line. Blitz still on the table. Looks like he's going to set up a sort of faux cage here. That's a decent cage. I would be surprised if he doesn't try to blitz Christina Aguilera. Good stunty dodge by Meatwad. That's the sneaky get. Brought the sneaky get in for the assist. Got the 2-dive block. Gets a push on Tori Amos. Follows up with the Crocs. Both Crocses back to back. Stand up blitz. Yes, indeed. Oh, he thought for a split second. He's like, you know what? Maybe I'll take the both down result. But no, it gets the push instead on Christina Aguilera. .48 seconds left for a Reptile Dysfunction here in turn number 2. Sends Asaris to mark Gwen Stefani. 2-dive block, only gets a push against Shirley Manson, the number 12 skink. Good stunty dodge by Friltz. Turn 2 now for PPFC. So many lizards. I am rooting for sweltering heat after the first drive. Cliffy says some Saraces should really get tackled. Yeah, perhaps so. PPFC deciding what he wants to do this turn. His defense is getting picked apart here. He got pretty aggressive here to start with, but these skinks are just so fast. He can still try to apply some pressure to the rear of the cage, but he's got to get players in front of the ball carrier first, or else they're just going to run away with the ball and score. 2-dive block back at the line of scrimmage is going to be a POW against Pickles. With that mighty AV of 9. PPFC has to get players in front of the cage. Here comes the blitz. Takes the 1-dive blitz against David Attenborough. Wow. Gets a push. Probably going to follow up here. Yes, indeed. Cliffy says, don't worry about the ball. Knock down players. SB Beaver says, has Nick knocked anyone down yet? I don't know. Good dodge to get a mark on the, back corner of the cage. Got the assist for the 1-dive block. Both standing result is what he's going to get here. Trying to apply lateral pressure here, but it's only going to leave him with the skinks to get in front of the cage. 23 seconds to go. He can't move Gwen Stefani. Takes the 1-dive block. So many 1-dive blocks. Oof. But this is what we were talking about for PPFC. He has a lot of block on his Saruses, so he can take those 1-dive blocks, and it tends to work out in his favor. Krista's KO'd. That's one of the 2 strengths. Krista taken out. foul with Christina Aguilera. Didn't work out. 8 seconds to go. He's going to move one of the two skinks to play some defense here. Needs to cover more ground than that. That's the way to do it. Turn 3 for Reptile Dysfunkshun now. Two-die block against Tori Amos. This is going to be a push. Pushes Tori Amos away from the cage. Now he's going to get a two-die block on Lisa Loeb here. This is going to be a good knockdown. Stand-up blitz by Pickles. Gets a pow against Christina Aguilera. We'll see if she stays alive. A 7+ will break armor. Christina Aguilera just won't die. I think that was the right blitz call here. But now he can't go after Britney Spears down pitch. Probably okay with that. If he wants to half cage on the sideline, he's probably okay with that. Cliffy says not even a stun. Yeah, it didn't break armor. Subway Qdoba McDonald Jr. in for the assist here. Got the knockdown. Didn't break armor here on the left side of the line. Friltz of Slatzul is the lone sneaky get. Oh, no, not the lone sneaky get. He's got two sneaky gets. Oh, looks like he's not gonna half cage on the sideline. Is he gonna try to cage with Meatwad? He is, but he failed the dodge. Got a free reroll due to the dodge skill, as all skinks have, but failed the dodge. Oh boy, is it going to be a blitz on the ball carrier? We will see. Clivey says, looks like a good fouling target, but dodging away from the Crocs is a little more dangerous. SP Beaver says, I didn't know they could fail dodges. They could when it's against a Crocs with that prehensile tail. Clivey is cheering for the defense. Thank you for the bits. PPFC trying to get Jewel, the number 6 Saurus, back into this game. Gets an assist against David Attenborough. Oi, oi, oi. Man, I would try to free some players up and get them back toward this cage. Under a minute to go in turn number 3. Oh, he's gonna go for the 2-die against Samuel L. Skinkson. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz. Only gets a push. Is he gonna spend the reroll? He's not. He's gonna take the push. Probably pushes Samuel Skinkson back a space. No, he didn't want to risk the surf. But now he needs to get somebody back to mid-pitch here to cover some ground. He's going to have to pull back Alanis Morissette or somebody. He's going to have to take a block first, I think, against David Attenborough. And then he can free up Mariah Carey. 1-die block. Bjork against Pickles. Oh, no. Failed the loner roll. Why? Wow. Nuffle, why? Turn 4 for a Reptile Dysfunkshun. Spent the reroll, failed the loner roll. These big guys, these Croxes are loner. Croxes are loners. It means if you want to spend a reroll, you have to roll a d6 first on a 4+. Not only do you not, I'm sorry, on a 1 to 3, not only do you not get to use the reroll, but the reroll gets spent regardless. Reptile Dysfunkshun could score just right here, but he's going to go for the blitz first. Whoa, he can't accept that. He's going to have to spend the reroll here. Gets the pal on Britney Spears. Took the blitz. Without a reroll left, I think he's just going to try to score. Or is he going to try to stall? If he tries to score, he needs to be careful of the 2-1 grind. El Nubarino is on defense this turn. That would put him on offense for the rest of this half, more than likely, and then he'll be on offense in the second half, and he could win 2-1. So Reptile Dysfunkshun needs to be a little careful of scoring too early. If they can secure the ball and the ball carrier, it'd be better to stall. We'll see if he thinks he's going to do that. It looks like he thinks he is. He's going to have to send some players back. I imagine Friltz will be moving back. But who else? Oh boy, oh boy. To be a wizard in the stands. Yes, indeed. Friltz moves back to eat up some space on the pitch here, exert some tackle zones, trying to play defense and protect the ball carrier. Another failed loner roll, this time by Pickles. I'm sorry, another failed boneheaded roll, this time by Pickles. Pickles lost her tackle zones. 2-die block on the right side of the pitch. This will be a knockdown. Sometimes it's better just to leave the big guys standing and not taking an action. That way they're exerting their tackle zones. Not saying that was necessarily the case here. Another block on the right side of the line is a push against Jewel, the number 6 Saurus. Oh, wow. YOLO 1-die block. Wanted to free up Subway Qdoba McDonald Jr. to get the block on Christina Aguilera. Only got a push. Christina Aguilera just will not die. Here's the foul. 2 assists on the foul against Gwen Stefani. Didn't break armor, but you can see there that rolled doubles, but because the foul didn't break armor, and Meatwad's a sneaky get, he's going to stay on the pitch. He was right in front of eye shot of the ref, and the ref just said, I saw nothing. I saw nothing. Final turn of the first quarter, PPFC in danger of going down 1-0. Stands up Britney Spears to try to play some defense. Gonna give an assist against Saurus the Skink. Cliffy says, forget the ball, kill the Crocs. I wouldn't forget the ball. I wouldn't forget the ball at all. If you can force the score, and so you can get some time to tie it at the end of the first half, I'd totally do that. Second assist against Saurus the Skink. Looks like he's going to try to block Saurus the Skink. First, he's moving players. Standing up who he needs to stand up. Clive, I think the Ranger says, I would push Nick in for a score if I was PPFC. I concur. Clive says, if he names a new Saurus Skink, we're really going to be in trouble. Gets a mark with Jewel. He's trying to tie up as many players as he can. 2-die block. Gets a knockdown on Delton. This is the Saurus with Mighty Blow. Would have been great for him if he could have taken Delton off the pitch. Didn't work out. Wow, he is not going after the ball carrier. Going after these high-dollar Sauruses. Gets the knockdown on Dave Attenborough. Doesn't break armor. Looks like this might be a 2-die blitz. Yeah, 2-die blitz instead. That's what he's going to do. He's going to have to push. And it's not in the direction that he wants it to be. He's going to re-roll it instead. Gets the knockdown on Saurus the Skink. Didn't break armor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I don't know. I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if that's enough to cause Reptile Dysfunkshun to want to score. It was a foul. This is against Delton. Didn't work out. Second quarter begins. Reptile Dysfunkshun, and I think they might just blitz down Avril Lavigne. If they can't knock Avril Lavigne down, maybe they score. I don't know. They could always fall back a few steps if they wanted to. Cleffy says, man, these fouls are so disappointing so far. Yes, Skinks, foul better. 2-die block against Gwen Stefani. Gets a push. Another block coming up on Gwen Stefani. Here it is. Another push. This is going to free up Meatwad of New Jersey. Meatwad, the sneaky get. If he's planning on stalling, he probably wants to send Meatwad down pitch. Nick Satan, considering his options here, he has 1 minute to play. Blitz, down pitch. He's going to get a dodge push against Shirley Manson. Follows up, marks both of these skinks. Failed the dodge on trying to score. Holy! Decided it was time to score. Oh! Failed the dodge. Wow! And just like that, a Reptile Dysfunkshun may just as well lost their opportunity to score, perhaps for the entire game. Oh boy. Nani? That is right. Thank you for the bits. Wow. Not just failed that dodge twice, but failed with snake eyes. Wow. Going for the ball pickup right off. Going for the ball pickup right off the bat. Clifey is cheering for the offense. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Not terribly unsafe to pick that ball up right off the bat, seeing as Avril Lavigne has an AG of 4. That means you have the best chance you would ever have to pick the ball up. It's a 2+. One's always fail. Hank the Ranger said, never GFI. Never GFI, never dodge. Cliffy says, cheering for the offense while the ball's on the ground is as close to cheering for the ground as I can get. PPFC choosing to cage up here on their own 12-yard line. They want to retain this ball, but they've got to move it down pitch. That's the problem. Man, I would have passed to like Christina and just launched downfield, I think. SB Bieber says never do anything other than block and foul. Yeah. Bjork, the Crocs, gets to move away because Pickles has lost her tackle zones. 15 seconds left for PPFC here in turn number 5. Two die blocks a push against Subway Qdoba McDonald Jr. SQMD to those in the know. And that'll be it for turn number 5 for PPFC. Turn 6 for Reptile Dysfunkshun. Just one team reroll left for both teams here in the first half. Two die block back behind the cage is going to be a dodge push. Pancakes versus Shirley Manson. Really trying to take some skinks out of the equation here. Two die block. This is against Shirley Manson again, and again a push. Man, I might have just marked the two Sarses and dodged it and just gone for the YOLO blitz. Plenty of players still free down pitch here at the line of scrimmage. Problem is, where do you apply pressure? If you apply it one side or the other, you're going to allow the ball carrier to just cruise down the pitch, and you don't have the defense for it. Two die block, again, a push, this time against the number 7 Saris, Alanis Morissette. Clavy says 3 turns to score. That's a long way to go if Nick can get in front of the cage. Indeed, but the question is, can he? Another failed boneheaded roll by Pickles. Pickles, what are you doing? Lost the blitz on the Crocs. Pickles, no, you got to pay attention, Pickles. This is a championship game. It's going to mark the front left corner of the cage. And now turn 6. Let's change this view around. Turn 6 for PPFC. Front right corner of the cage now. Hank the Ranger says Pickles was obviously drugged by PPFC pregame. Clive says I called it right, but man, he's been all boneheaded all the time this game. Indeed. Wow, that's another boneheaded roll. These Crocs just don't know where they are. What is going on? Reptile Dysfunkshun really wants to try to stop the score. Assist coming in for the 2 die block against Steve Irwin III. Good knockdown. Good stun as well. It's an excellent stun for PPFC. That may very well take Steve Irwin out of the equation. Steve Irwin's going to be losing a turn while he collects himself on the ground. Looks like he might cage up at the 8-yard line. Yes, indeed. Not moving all that fast, only moving forward 2 spaces. He's got a ways to go here. 1, 2. He's gonna have to start booking on turn 7. Maybe a Reptile Dysfunkshun can use that to his advantage, but man, I don't know how. Got to get players in front of this cage. Clivey says, "Is he not going to try to score?" Yeah, I'm not. He can still, but maybe he didn't think the ball carrier was safe further down pitch. Clivey says, I would have blitzed the skink up there and run. Yeah, I think I would too. Britney Spears is going to close in the backside of the cage here. Needs to be a little careful of a chain push. Foul coming up. He wanted the assist on the foul. Christina Aguilera got sent off the pitch. She's going to stay alive. Got nothing on the foul, and now it's 1v1, right? Yeah, or 1v1. It's 10v10 on the pitch. Player advantage lost. And now, PPFC without their fouler. Blitz with the Crocs. Here it comes. Two-die blitz. A pow against Gwen Stefani. Gwen Stefani with the sidestep skill. It's going to sidestep in front of the ball carrier. Oh, no, did not. All right, so well done. I was like, what's going on? Did not sidestep in front of the ball carrier. Sidestep to the ball carrier. The ball carrier then got to move forward, sidestep forward. Sidestep's a good, not just a good skill for ball carriers on offense, but on defense as well. On defense, you can sidestep out of precarious situations. You can avoid the chain blocks. On offense, just as we saw here, you can use it to get free movement down pitch. Not that skinks need it, really. One die block on Bjork. The bone-headed Crocs. Another one, two-die block coming. Sorry, it was two-die block and another two-die block. Got the knockdown finally. Pulls in Samuel L. Skinkson for a possible foul assist on Bjork. Oh no, brought it in for the assist on the block here. Two-die block on Alanis Morissette, got the push. Hank the Ranger lowered the GFI failure rate from 900% to 99%. Oh, pulling double duty, so it is for the foul as well. So 3 assists on the foul here. Trying to take the Crocs off the pitch. Didn't break the armor. 3 assists made that a 7. Made that an AV of 6, rather. So 7+. Turn 7 for PPFC. They're going to have to end this turn in scoring position if they plan on scoring. The ball carrier is currently marked by Pickles the Crocs. Meatwad of New Jersey is in position to prevent that blitz. Oh, it's going to blitz Meatwad instead. Two-die blitz. It's going to get a dodge push. It's going to push him inside. And that's going to leave Avril Lavigne having to dodge away from this Croc who has a prehensile tail. Can't use the TRR either because Avril Lavigne's going to get the free dodge. Yeah, got to move players into position first. Good action order here by El Nubarino. Speed Beaver says, block the Crocs, do not worry about scoring. No. No. The 8-yard line is where he needs to get to with Avril Lavigne. He's moving everyone first, taking the blocks first. Gets a pal here against Pancakes, number 8 Saurus. 41 seconds left. Still has Shirley Manson yet to move. Oh, boy. Avril Lavigne not only failed the dodge, but Avril Lavigne, the AG4 skink, is knocked out. Final turn for Reptile Dysfunkshun. They have Saurus the skink in scoring position right now. Can they get this ball back and score? Wow. These skinks are not earning their salary tonight. Good block by Pickles. Always makes me nervous taking a block to start the turn with a big guy. Big gal in this case. Good pickup. Does he have movement left? No, GFIs. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Long pass. Oh gosh, this is so risky. Oh! Punted the ball away. Fair enough. But PPFC has an opportunity here still to try to score. Got to pick up the ball, got to pass, and then 2 GFIs to score. Pippy says, does PPFC have any chance? They do. They have hopes in Britney Spears. Britney Spears. Oh, 1 GFI away, not 2. Britney Spears is 1 GFI away. He's going to have to pick this ball up and long bomb it? No. No. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's still a long pass without a GFI, it looks like. Taking the blitz here, trying to... Yeah, the push is enough. Gonna surf Fritz of Slatzel. Well done. I don't... Well, he might be... If it's gonna be a long pass anyway. 1, 2, 1, 2. He might be able to get over here and avoid the interception. Failed the pickup. He's gonna have to spend the TRR here on the pickup. Oh, boy. I think if he gets here... he avoids the interception. But nope, it's going to be an interception attempt on the long pass. Here we go. Here we go. Failed the pass. That'll do it for the half. 0-0 at the half. Wow. What a first half this was. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. We'll see who comes back onto the pitch here. I think there's only 1 KO'd player. Yes, indeed, and they're going to come back on. So I think that's going to be 11v10 on the pitch. And PPFC is going to get a second opportunity here on offense. PPFC with a 1-man player advantage. They still have 1 skink left in reserve. PPFC on offense. If they can hold out until turn 16, they win this game. Remember, this is a championship game. This is a single elimination bracket game, which means there are no ties. If this game is tied at the end of the game, we're going into overtime. SP Beaver says, is this game running in safe mode? Nope. Cliffy says, if you get in the lower bracket more than once with your team, does that do anything? SP Beaver says, yeah, you give the second one to the only other team to make the brackets. Yeah, so if you make it to the lower bracket twice, basically you're just eliminating 1 opportunity for someone. So it's still in your advantage. So say you make it twice and someone else makes it on the 3rd time, then there's only going to be 1 match that you have to get through in the lower bracket. Wait a minute. PPFC is on offense, right? Right? Did the Reptile Dysfunkshun already set up their defense here? So they're going with this lopsided defense here. 6-man line, 1 at center. That's Steve Irwin. 3 Sarses on the left, Crocs on the right. Hank the Ranger says, please, dear sweet Lord Nuffle, no kicks. I concur. Please, no kicks. Really aggressive line for PPFC here. 6-man line to match the, a 7-man line to try to match up against a 6-man line by a Reptile Dysfunkshun. So they're going to shift one player over to the right. This might betray the fact that they might be trying to run right. We'll see. They could also be trying to get that mighty blow block off on the left. Brilliant coaching. Yeah, this is what we were talking about in the pregame. Reptile Dysfunkshun. Even if they didn't have the fame advantage, they're probably okay with where they are with their assistant staff. They got an extra team reroll for the rest of the game. Claffy says, go blitz a skink. 2-9 block on the line. Double skulls. Wow, both drives opened with double skulls. Got a pal on the reroll. PPFC down to 2 rerolls for the game. Good block on Steve Irwin III. Center defensive tackle. Blitz coming up. Yeah, 2-die blitz over here on the left side. Gets a pal against Delton. So he is trying to set up to get that 2-die mighty blow off here on the end of the line on the left side. He's got a 1-die skilled block against David Attenborough currently. Two-die block on the right side of the line gets a push. Pushes away Subway, Qdoba, McDonald Jr., SQMD. Double skulls is going to end the turn. Wasn't able to pull off this maneuver on the left side of the line. Turn 9 now for Reptile Dysfunkshun. Have to be a little careful of getting aggressive. They don't want to get their team picked off here. They don't want to find some players getting chewed up between opposing players here. They don't want to get sandwiched. So they might not get super duper aggressive on the ball here. They could if they want to go down a sideline, but skinks are so fast that you can get easily left behind. 2-die block on the left side of the line. This is Lisa Loeb versus Pancakes. Had to spend the reroll there because Lisa Loeb has the block skill like we talked about in the pregame there. El Nubarino, that matchup there, that block skill, super valuable. Gets the POW against Gwen Stefani this time. Reptile Dysfunkshun trying to collapse this offensive line here. Double skulls again! Wow! Nuffle hates these teams. Turn 10 for PPFC. SB Beaver says those Crocs seem to be more of a hindrance this game than a help. Sends Bjork down pitch to tie up 2 players. We were talking about this in the first half here. This is often, not always, but often a good use of a big guys to just exert tackle zones. You have that mighty strength of 5. You're going up against players. You can tie up a number of players with that strength. And by not taking an action, other than moving, of course, then you can keep players, you can keep exerting those tackle zones and keep players tied up. Gets the assist due to the guard skill, 2-die block. gets a knockdown against SQMD. And now is going to follow up with the remainder of the movement with the Blitzer. Good move here by PPFC. Cleffy says Nuffle feels the same about lizard nonsense as the rest of us. Two plus on the ball pickup with Avril Lavigne works out. Avril Lavigne can move to the 10-yard line without GFIs. Passes the ball, fails the pass, did a quick pass to Britney Spears. Britney Spears failed to pick up the ball. 3+ on the catch, failed the catch. Turn 10 now for Reptile Dysfunkshun. Oh boy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Stand up blitz by Pickles. 2-die block gets the clean hit against Britney Spears. SB Beaver says the Crocs is in perfect position to get the ball. Injures Britney Spears. Oh no, we'll see what the injury is. Broken ribs. She's going to be out next game. She will miss the first game of the Dungeon Bowl unless the apothecary is spent. Does he even have an apothecary? He does. Neither team has used their apothecary. And now it's 10v10 on the pitch. Who do you think picks up the ball? Do you think it's Saris? Do you think Saris the skink picks up the ball? He's got to protect the ball if he picks it up. Clyphia says, rats, they need to spend their apothecaries so that other injuries stick. No, he's not going to pick up the ball with Saris. He's going to get an assist here against Alanis Morissette. Either that or he's just going to mark Alanis Morissette. Doesn't want her to move. Two-die block gets a push against Gwen Stefani over in this scrum on the left side of the ball here, back at center pitch. Another two-die block. This will have to be a push. Lisa Loeb has the block skill. He can't take the both down result. Punch to the face, didn't break armor. 45 seconds to go in turn number 10. Failed the ball pickup with meat wide. He's considering if he wants to spend the team reroll or not. He does. Failed the ball pick. These skinks, man. These skinks. They just can't stay on their feet. They can't pick up the ball. Turn 11 for PPFC now. He can get the assist on number 13 here, Saris the Skink, and then get the block, or he can just take the block and then just hope it's not a push. Got the assist, got the 3-die block, got the pal, well done. Good stun against Saris. Saris the Skink stunned. The Ranger says the ground's putting in some work. The ground's having a great game tonight. One minute, 8 seconds. PPFC deciding what their plan of attack is here. Don't want to take the block on number 5 just yet. Going for the ball pickup. Good pickup by Avril Lavigne. Again, Avril Lavigne, the AG4 skink. Clifey says skinks only fail when playing another lizard team, I guess. Hank the Ranger says, I think that's in the rule book. Page 12. Page 12. Skinks are unstoppable unless against another lizard team, and then they are so terrified by what they see in the mirror. They fail everything. They fail dodges. They fail ball pickups. There's that 2-die block against SQMD. Two-die block against Samuel L. Skinkson coming up at some point. 23 seconds to go. Blitz still on the table. Just 10 seconds to go. Move Shakira into the left side of the ball carrier, trying to play some protection. 2-die block against Samuel Skinkson is going to be a push. Follows up, but wants to keep both of these skinks marked, even though they have the dodge skill. And that'll be it. Turn 11 now for Reptile Dysfunkshun. Oh boy, man. Such a nail biter so far. PPFC in possession of the ball. They've got a decent screen here to protect the ball carrier. See if a Reptile Dysfunkshun is going to try to loop around it. Nope, they're going to take the stand-up blitz against Shakira. Shakira has sidestep. Sidestep means when you get pushed, you don't have to get pushed just back. You can get pushed in any direction, and you, as the defender, you get to decide where you go. Failed dodge. Oh no. And Friltz is injured to boot. One-man player advantage for PPFC, and now PPFC has a real opportunity to shuttle this ball down pitch, to secure it as well, and to try to stall as long as he can. Clifey says, what was the injury? It was nothing permanent. I don't remember what it was. Yes, indeed. And there it is. Avril Lavigne scoots all the way down pitch. Interesting that she didn't go to the sideline. Avril Lavigne now on a Reptile Dysfunkshun 16-yard line. Three-die block. Only gets a push against Samuel Skinkson. Oh, we had both down result because of the block skill. Well done. Two-die block against SQMD. Gets a push. This frees up Shakira. Shakira's going to move down pitch and exert some tackle zones. Oh no, but Bjork has lost her tackle zones. Final turn of the third quarter. Reptile Dysfunkshun desperately needs to get down pitch. So many of their players are tied up in this scrum here or over at the line of scrimmage. Two-die block gets a knockdown. Two-die block again against Lisa Loeb. Gets another pow. That's a stun against Lisa Loeb. One more block to take against Mariah Carey. This is going to be a knockdown as well. 1, 2, 3, just like that. That frees up Pickles. 2-die block taken over the left side of the scrum here. Scrum has been all cleaned up. Pickles gonna blitz. Is Pickles gonna blitz to try to open a hole? Hank the Ranger says also need to count the boneheaded rolls this game. Life is all of them. All of the boneheaded rolls. 2-die block with Alanis Morissette. Good block against SQMD. I'm sorry, SQMD against Alanis Morissette. Good block. And that has opened up a hole just in front of Bjork. But what do you do with it? What do you do with it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oi. Oi. Oh no, is he giving up the score? Reptile Dysfunkshun can't give up the score. He's gonna foul. Doesn't get anything out of the foul. I don't understand. I don't understand. Fourth quarter begins here. PPFC can score if they want to. They don't need to. They can stall. Has a Reptile Dysfunkshun just packed it up. PPFC moves the ball to the 24-yard line. He's going to pull some players back to defend. Doesn't need to pull too many back if he doesn't want to. But if he doesn't, he just needs to be careful of a stray skink. Wait, is there only one skink left for a Reptile? No, there's 2 skinks left for Reptile Dysfunkshun. 3 skinks. All right. Ooh, boy. Needs to be careful of a stray skink getting loose if he doesn't pull too many players back. He's going to pull another player back. I think that's probably plenty at this point. Doesn't need to get risky here. He just needs to stall. We'll see if he's going to take these blocks or not. He's going to stand up his Sarsices. Cliffy says, blitz the skinks. I mean, why not? He can blitz Meatwad, no problem. Oh, nope, he's going to blitz. Wait, who is he blitzing? Oh, he's blitzing Subway Kidoma with McDonald Jr., the level 1 Saris. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 23 seconds to go now for PPFC. Doesn't need to go crazy. I think he's probably okay with. Yeah, he's probably okay with this. Turn 13 for a Reptile Dysfunkshun. They have to force this score. They have to get back to the ball as quick as possible. They're going to send Delton back to do just that. That's 1. Sends back Steve Irwin the 3rd. That's 2. Two-die block back to the line of scrimmage now. This will be a knockdown against Mariah Carey. Two-die block, double skulls. Pickles against Gwen Stefani. He has to be careful here of spending the reroll. Yeah, because of that loner skill. Oh, boy. Turn 14 for PPFC now. 3 turns. They just have to hold out for 2. Two-die block against Saurus the Skink. This will be a good knockdown. Saurus is stunned. Saurus, that's a pretty, well, that's an alright stun. You'll take it. Saurus out for a turn. Effectively out for the rest of the half. Perhaps the rest of the game. 2-die block against Subway Qdoba McDonald Jr. Gets a push. It's going to send Bjork back to mark someone. It's going to end up marking Delton, the number 7 Saurus, at mid-pitch here, all the way in the back, threatening to go after this ball carrier. Two-die blitz against Meatwad of New Jersey. He's going to get a push. Oh man, he's not going to try to. He's not going to try to foul Pickles, is he? I think he needs to stand up his lizards. I think he's probably all right. He's going to take the 1-die block. Ugh, spends the reroll. Oh! Get a knockdown against Pancakes. Man, really feeling himself here. He's down to 0 rerolls for the rest of the game. You better hope this doesn't go to overtime. Oh, he's just gonna score. Oh boy, wow. PPFC takes the lead 1-0. Wow. A Reptile Dysfunkshun now has a chance. Oh. Nobody coming back onto the pitch for Reptile Dysfunkshun. I think it's 11v9 on the pitch. Yes, indeed it is. 11v9, two-man player advantage for PPFC. PPFC with no rerolls left for the rest of the game. A Reptile Dysfunkshun with 2. We'll see if Nick Satan can capitalize on that. Remember, he still has a bribe. And he does have the fame advantage. He has a fame advantage, he has a cheerleader, and he has a coach assistant. An extra reroll would be great. He doesn't want a riot here. Or if we get a riot, he wants an extra turn. PPFC with a 3-man defensive line. 4 linebackers. Oh, the Skinks way back in the safety position. 4 safeties. Can a Reptile Dysfunkshun score in 3 turns? If they can, they tie the ball game up. We go to overtime. The way overtime works is that a coin is tossed just as if you were starting the game fresh. No injuries come back. But more importantly, none of your rerolls come back. You are locked into your rerolls for the remainder of the game. Reptile Dysfunkshun going with the 5-man offensive line now. 3 on the line, 2 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. 2 back to receive. Unfortunately, Avril Levine is out. She is injured, I believe. No, she's... Wait, where is Avril? Oh, Avril's on the other team. Man, Skinks all look alike. Here's the kick. Blitz. PPFC is going to get a free bonus turn. They could leverage this. Wow, shallow kick. I wonder if that was on purpose. So little armor, like it's just blue everywhere. It's just blue. it's like it's red versus white, but it's really just blue. Blue v blue. Clavy says, can they get someone to the ball there? Let's see. They've spent their oh. Wow. So they blitzed David Attenborough on the line onto the ball. We'll see where the ball scatters. The Ranger got your wish, man. Please knock down the lizard into the spot. The ball will land for maximum chaos. We'll see if the ball scatters into Pickles' hands and Pickles picks it up. Oh, yeah. Sends a skink down to the middle linebacker position. That's Shirley Manson, the number 12 skink. Shakira shifts to the left. Everybody else fills in the gap left by Shirley Manson. Ball's going to scatter one space back. Turn 14 now. The Reptile Dysfunkshun gets 3 turns to try to tie this ball game up. You know, it'd be better than just the colors on the 2-die block. It's going to work out to do the guard skill. Well done. Gets a KO on Bjork. Bjork, the big. Wow. One-man player advantage for PPFC now. Anyway, yeah, instead of the colors on the uniforms, for teams that don't have a lot of uniforms, 2-die block gets the PAL here with Pickles. Color the circles instead. I think that would be better. Like red can still mean activated, but then color the unactivated color with like your team color or home and away or something like that. Blitz, 2-die blitz against Jewel. Jewel blitz on the free blitz on the kickoff event, which incidentally went in PPFC's favor. Hank the Ranger says, maybe I would have appoed Bjork. Yeah, maybe so. I think that's 2 strength 5 Sarses that are 2 strength 5 players that are off the pitch. No, just 1. Oh, wrong team. That's the only strength 5 player off the pitch for PPFC. It is so hard to keep track of these 2 teams, man. Ball pickup. Good pickup by Meatwad of New Jersey. The sneaky get. It's going to move right to the line of scrimmage onto Reptile Dysfunkshun's own 2-yard line. Oh boy, oh boy, the positioning. Remember, Reptile Dysfunkshun has 1 reroll left for each turn. PPFC has none. It's turn 15, the penultimate turn, perhaps, of this competition. PPFC trying to stop the score for a Reptile Dysfunkshun. Action order absolutely critical here with no rerolls left. PPFC taking all the time they need to figure out what their action order should be so that they can mitigate risk and maximize actions. One minute to play for PPFC here. No action yet. Hank the Rangers, let's maximize harm, you mean. Clivius, thank you for the bits. No action with just 30 seconds left for PPFC here. Action word is critical, but you've only got 2 minutes to make your decisions and perform your actions. Here we go with 23 seconds left on the clock. Moving in for the assist on Steve Irwin. 2-die block gets a POW against Steve Irwin III. $18 seconds. Just 10 seconds left for PPFC. They take the 1-die block against Steve Attenborough. Oh boy, they get the push. The drive's going to stay alive. Five seconds. Good dodge. Wow. Going for the foul. Got the injury on Steve Irwin III. 2-man player advantage for PPFC. They don't get called off the pitch. Is that it? That is it. Turn 15 for a Reptile Dysfunction. They have to end this turn in scoring position. They can absolutely do it. Oh, they failed the boneheaded roll. What is happening? They failed the boneheaded roll with Pickles. Whoa! Pickles exerting no tackle zones. It's coming up. 1-die blitz. Mighty blow blitz against Tori Amos. Clive says, I think he failed 7 out of 5 on boneheads. A Reptile Dysfunction trying to pick off the majority of PPFC here, trying to split them off. He's going to move the ball carrier to the right. Can he do it? Has to end at PPFC's 8-yard line to be in scoring position. Ideally wants to be at the 12. Moves the blitzer down. Pitch. What is happening? I don't know. I'm so scared. He's got a hold down pitch. Is he going to try to cage up at mid-pitch? He might try to cage up at mid-pitch. He might try to cage up at mid-pitch. This would be a better position for him to be in. I just don't know how he fends everyone off. This gives him more movement options. This requires PPFC to try to screen him out here. I think if he moved down the right, he picked off these guys. These guys are good. He could have screened off these guys as well. The Skinks would be all that's left. But you know what? I'm not in the finals game, so this gives him more options. This means that PPFC has to defend more pitch. This means that Reptile Dysfunction has more options for movement here. Final turn of the second half here. PPFC needs to try to stop the score. If they don't, a Reptile Dysfunction scores, and we're going into overtime in this championship game. PPFC marks the back of the cage. Tori Amos marks SQMD. Sounds like some sort of missile. Strategic qualified McDonald's destroyer. It's going to send the skink back to try to cut off movement on the left side of the pitch. PPFC with no rerolls left for the game. If a Reptile Dysfunction can score without having to burn a reroll, they're going to want to do that. They can carry their 2 rerolls into overtime. PPFC shifts Beyonce over to the right sideline here. Open up a wide gap here He might be trying to shut it down with Avril Lavigne and Lisa Loeb. You know, he's going to shut it down with Mariah Carey and Lisa Loeb. Hank the Ranger said, could we refer to Tori Amos as the famous Saurus Tori Amos? Sure. Sorry, Irish wristwatch flashbacks there. Was Irish wristwatch this season? I think it was, right? Trying to shut down the left side here. Blitz still on the table. Here it comes. Gonna blitz the front right corner of the cage. 2-die blitz gets a push against Pancakes. Marks the ball carrier. That's it. Turn 16 for a Reptile Dysfunction. They've got a 2-die block coming back against Lisa Loeb, but it is an unskilled block. Oh boy, that's a good block. Wow. Scary stuff. A blitz against Avril Lavigne would do it. Here it is. It's fine. He'll blitz Mariah Carey instead, and that'll be enough. We're going to overtime, folks. We're going to overtime. Here it is, 1-1. Hank the Ranger says, hope to be back to defend my Dungeon Bowl championship this year. I hope so too. I look forward to it. What a game this has been so far. 1-1 draw at the end of regulation. Oh my gosh. Now it's going to be a coin toss here for overtime. We'll see if the Crocs comes back onto the pitch. The Crocs is indeed coming back for PPFC. Babe's just not putting any work. Oh, wait, no. I stand corrected. Bloodweiser Babe is putting in the work. Both KO'd players come back onto the pitch. Who's going to win this coin toss? Reptile Dysfunction won it. They're probably going to be on offense. Yes, indeed. A Reptile Dysfunction will be on offense here in overtime. So as we mentioned before, in overtime, there's a coin flip, just like you're starting a new game. Nobody comes back on the pitch who's been injured or called off or anything, and you don't get back your rerolls. So PPFC finds themselves with no rerolls coming in to overtime. A Reptile Dysfunction has two. Remember, a Reptile Dysfunction has the fame advantage as well. PPFC would love to get an extra reroll. It's 11v9 on the pitch. PPFC has a 2-man player advantage going for them right now. Hank the Ranger says, dear sweet Lord baby Nuffle, no kicks. PPFC setting up with a 3-man defensive line. They're going a lot wider here with their defense. They don't want a Reptile Dysfunction to sneak past them. They're still giving up the sidelines. They have all 4 skinks back in the safety position. And now a Reptile Dysfunction toe-to-toe with the Crocs. Strength 5 Krista on the line against Tori Amos. The Baltimore Vloopadoops, last year's Spike Magazine Trophy champions. Tonight, we're going to crown a new one. Will it be a Reptile Dysfunction? Nick Satan, league champion. Can he get his first open competition championship under his belt tonight? Or will it be El Nubarino's Pippy fan club? Quick snap. A Reptile Dysfunction is going to try to move people into position, get some blocks off. Hank the Ranger says, I like the bloops. I like the bloops too. Humans are my favorite team in Blood Bowl. I like how generalist they are. I think they're not that great at higher TVs just because specializing teams out-specialize humans more than humans don't super generalize, right? They're just generalists from the get-go. But I like them. I like them a lot. I think they suit my playstyle. 2-die block. Push at the line against Toriamus, the number 5 Saurus. 2-die block against Bjork the Crocs. Gets a push. Is he going to try to block with Pickles before he does anything else? I think he's going to maybe try to take the blocks over in the right wide zone first. Yes, indeed. 2-die block. Good knockdown on Gwen Stefani. Doug, the Minotaur says, not elf enough to elf, not bash enough to bash. Indeed, that's a pretty good way of describing humans. 2-die block gets a push against Lisa Loeb. He's going to push and... Oh, I thought for sure he would have pushed and followed up. But no, he's not. 2-die block. Oh, both standing result. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Hank the Ranger says, don't move the Crocs, he will bonehead. I would have been perfectly content to leave that Crocs there. Speaking of humans, I tend to bring an ogre. I would have been totally fine leaving that ogre just right there. Just let him stand. Let him be menacing. 2-die pal, that's why he didn't follow up on that block. And he knocks out Lisa Loeb. What a good... One-man player advantage now for PPFC. Didn't set up for the surf, instead got the KO. Well done. And now the ball pickup. Good ball pickup by Samuel L. Skinkson. Who's the... Yeah, here. Avril Lavigne for PPFC. That's the AG4 skink. PPFC is no doubt going to be trying to get the ball into Avril's hands. Turn 17 now. First turn of overtime for PPFC. Hank the Ranger said, Apothecary now or never. I think that wouldn't have been a bad idea. Holy moly, what a dramatic game this has been. 2 rerolls for Reptile Dysfunkshun. They're down a player. It's 10v9 on the pitch right now. PPFC has no rerolls. Having no rerolls really changes your decision making. Not only does it change your decision making, but it allows your opponent to force you into suboptimal decisions. Your opponent can force you to make rolls you don't want to make first on your turn. PPFC needs to stay in front of the ball, needs to shut down forward movement, and needs to find a way to get this ball back. Overtime is sudden death. If Reptile Dysfunkshun scores, they win the game. 2-die block over in the right wide zone gets a push. The push on Pancakes, going to push Pancakes in towards center pitch. Doesn't follow up, wants to keep Toriamus free to move. Bjork takes a step back and then takes a step forward. Takes 2 steps, 1 step back, 1 step forward. Bjork's just going to dance. That's fine. You know what? I'm here for it. That's it. Turn 18. PPFC wants to keep their screen intact. Turn 18 for Reptile Dysfunkshun. PPFC is more than happy to let Reptile Dysfunction make lateral movements, just so long as he shuts down forward momentum. Gets a push at the line with Pickles to start the turn off. Reptile Dysfunction being super cautious here with their action order and their movements. They're going to tie up the players on the left side of the line here. They've got the Strength 5 Krista up against Jewel, who has the block skill. The other two Sarses are unskilled. One die block against the Crocs gets the POW. Great stun against Bjork. We'll see if he can capitalize on that. He can try to open up a hole, and if he does, well, the hole's technically open now, but if he can get in front of Bjork, he can basically make sure Bjork stays out of the drive. He's going to move the ball carrier forward one space. Sets up a cage for Meatwad. Turn 18, back to PPFC. Neither team overcommitting. You do not want to overcommit here in overtime. If the other team scores, you lose. Bring in an assist on the left side of the line. Beyonce into assist. 2-die block. Gets the knockdown on SQMD. Knifey says cage up a random skink. Why not? Good knockdown. He now has the 1-die block against Krista if he wants it. That's pretty risky. Again, PPFC has to be extra cautious of their action order with no rerolls left in this game. Using up all the time available to him, and why not? You do not want to make a mistake in action order. You don't want to take a risk that you don't have to take. Still needs to keep his screen intact. He also needs to find a way to get after this ball carrier. I don't think there's a way there yet. But he just needs to make sure his defense doesn't crumble. Oh, he's going to mark. He's going to mark. 2-die blitz against Delton, the number 7 Saurus. He's going to get a POW. Hank the Ranger says, if this goes to kicks, both Nuffle and I will cry. Still has movement left with the blitzer. Oh boy, what do you do? What do you do? Do you move the blitzer back into position? Or do you give up the right wide zone? Is he going to move the skinks into cover? He has 18 seconds left to decide. Takes the 1-die block. Doesn't work out. Gets the skull. And Mariah Carey's injured. He still has his apothecary. If he doesn't use it, or if it doesn't work out, it's all tied up 9v9 on the pitch. He doesn't use the apothecary. Very strange, in my opinion. 9v9 now. On the pitch, it's all tied up. A Reptile Dysfunction has a hole down the right wide zone. Failed the boneheaded roll with the Crocs. Two-die block. Double skulls has to spend the reroll. Gets a POW on the reroll. A Reptile Dysfunkshun down to 1 TRR left. Gets a KO. Oh, good point by Clyphus. Yeah, the Apothecary is pointless at this point. Player's out one way or another. Well, he can stay on the pitch with a stun. Two-die Blitz gets a POW. This is against Toriamus, the number 5 Saurus. Oh boy, another KO, and now player advantage to a Reptile Dysfunkshun. A Reptile Dysfunkshun with the ball. They have a one-man player advantage. (9v8) on the pitch. Stands up SQMD. Marks all these players on the left side of the pitch. Foul coming up. He feels safe and secure where he's at. Didn't break the armor there. Looks like he's going to move the ball carrier across the line of scrimmage here. Nope, just shy of the line of scrimmage. Over in the right wide zone. Takes the two-die block here. Oh, it makes me nervous. Makes me nervous. Takes two-die block. Good knockdown against Alanis Morissette. That'll be it. Turn 19. Back to PPFC. In what is effectively quarter number 5. PPFC with each and every one of these turns has to be calculating, has to be cautious, has to make sure that these actions are in order and they count. They cannot afford to have a lost turn. They only have 8 left on the pitch. One was stunned, no longer stunned this turn. That's Bjork the Crocs. Bjork can stand up, can certainly not dodge away with that pitiful AG of 1. Under a minute left for PPFC to make a move. They're going to need to start shifting some skanks. They can't give up center pitch. Oh, they're going to apply some pressure in the back. Oh, but they failed the GFI. And that's a lost turn. Turn number 20 for Reptile Dysfunkshun. Hank the Ranger says, as we all know, never GFI. Reptile Dysfunkshun feeling pretty good now. They're going to mark the 2 skinks in the backfield. They're going to march this ball down, but not before they take a blitz on Shirley Manson. 3-die blitz. Works out through the block skill, and Shirley Manson's injured. 2-man player advantage now for Reptile Dysfunkshun. They came into overtime with a 2-man deficit, and now they're on top by 2. 9v7. PPFC is quickly running out of a critical number to have an effective defense. I don't think they can get anybody back to stop the ball carrier at this point. But we've seen miracles happen. It's not too late to pray to Nuffle. Reptile Dysfunkshun moves the ball to PPFC's 16-yard line. If PPFC can't stop the ball carrier on this, oh, double skulls. Double skulls. Is a Reptile Dysfunction going to spend the reroll? I think they don't. They're going to. They spent the reroll. That's it. No rerolls left for either team. Foul coming up. Failed the foul on Bjork. Turn 20, perhaps PPFC's final turn, unless they can make something happen. It is not too late to pray to Nuffle. If you believe in Nuffle, all things are possible. He's going to move players into position first. Probably wants to stand up his players here, unless he's afraid they're going to get knocked down. I don't think that's a fear anymore with no rerolls left for a Reptile Dysfunction. Might as well stand him up and then go for a blitz. Oh, failed the dodge. It was worth a shot, but that's going to be it. A Reptile Dysfunction is going to win this one 2-1. Wow, what a game this was, and they are the new Spike Magazine Trophy champions. Congratulations to Nick Satan on his win tonight. GG's indeed. Thank you for the bits. What a game. A Reptile Dysfunction wins this one 2-1, and Nick Satan was already in the Blood Bowl in the lower bracket. He is going to advance into the upper bracket. Congratulations again to Nick Satan. El Numerino came in second place in this competition. That means he earns an invitation to the Blood Bowl at the end of the season in the lower bracket. He will play the runner-up of the Dungeon Bowl. Wow, what a game this was. What a competition this was. SPP for the night. PPFC walks away with 8 on Avril Lavigne. Man, Avril's the AG4 skink. I don't like that. But a Reptile Dysfunction is going to walk away with 17 SPP. I don't like that either. Clevy says, so what you're telling me is the entire Blood Bowl is going to be me and Infinite Lizards? Perhaps. A Reptile Dysfunction dominating ball possession tonight, although the ground had a pretty good had a pretty good game tonight as well. No passing yards, of course, but man, what a fun game this was. Very close game, super fun to watch. Oh boy, and that's gonna do it for the Spike Magazine Trophy. That's the second competition this season. What a blast it's been. I love this game. I hope you love this game. We have one more open competition this season. That will be the Dungeon Bowl. We're going to take a couple of weeks off, and then we'll open up the Dungeon Bowl for registration. Everyone is welcome to register, both new and veteran coaches alike. The Mid-Atlantic Mauling League was set up to be inviting to everyone who wants to play Blood Bowl. If you're new, come hang out with us, play some games. It's a fun game. The season is structured in such a way that if you come in on the Dungeon Bowl, you've missed a couple of competitions, but it doesn't matter. You still have a pretty good shot of making the Blood Bowl. So really, if you want to play, there's not a whole lot of excuses not to play with us. So feel free to come join us. Again, registration will probably open up in a couple of weeks. We'll announce it on our Twitter account and our Facebook account. You can find information for that right there on your screen. We'll also announce it on Discord. You can find a link for our Discord here on Twitch. You can also find it on our Twitter and Facebook accounts right there on your screen. Play Blood Bowl. It is so much fun. In what other game can you play football with lizards and elves and humans and goblins on pogo sticks? We saw werewolves. We saw beastmen. We saw the whole 9 yards. And who knows what we're going to see in the Dungeon Bowl. I'm excited to see it. I hope you are too. I want to thank everybody who came out to play in this competition, and indeed so far this season, everybody who's helped out with the stream, who's helped out with the podcast, or you know, who's played, who's watched. I just love this game. I do this for the love of Blood Bowl. It's one of my favorite games ever. Doug the Minotaur, join the Discord. I'm ready. Thank you so much. I look forward to playing you in the Dungeon Bowl. But yeah, I just love this game, and I hope you do too. And if you do, you can join us back here in a few weeks for the third and final open competition of the season, the Dungeon Bowl. Until then, enjoy your summer, guys. Enjoy your July, and play a lot of Blood Bowl. We'll see you back here for the Dungeon Bowl. Have a good night, everybody.